Good morning, guys. It's been a while since I've done an update. My fault. Sorry about that. So first of all, I appreciate all of you sticking around and waiting in the wings. Let's see. You know, there's not a whole heck of a lot to cover. It's just been, all this kind of stuff that we've had to do in the last month or two is just kind of exhausting for me. It's not the kind of stuff that I like doing, paperwork and, kind of redoing everything you've done spread out over the last many years. You kind of have to do all at once, so not particularly enjoyable, but it is what it is. So, let's see. You guys know all about the fire, but the kind of slowed me down because I had new plans for both this channel and a new channel I wanted to start, which was going to be about starting and running your own business, solopreneur thing, and kind of getting out of the rat race and starting craft business, because I do get questions about that, and I do see people going about it in ways that are not going to be as effective. So I thought I'd help people out with that. And I was going to do a lot more outdoors videos, and I had some stuff set up in the backyard getting ready to go and do that. And of course that is over. And rather than a computer guy, I'm kind of old-fashioned, a paper and pen and pencil guy. And so all my notes and thick notebook full of stuff for video ideas and everything for the new channel was lost too. So it's kind of starting back at ground zero. So, and working on some new software for the back end of the website. That's been, I'm not an expert, so I'm not particularly fast at that stuff, but I can do it, but it takes a while. And I don't really want to spend the money to hire somebody at this point, because the business has no money coming in, and I have time, so I want to do it myself. Plus it's learning, so it's always good to learn and be able to do things yourself when you have the opportunity. So that's what I've been doing, and so it looks the same, but some of the software behind it is changing and has changed, and been basically kind of a trial and error thing to see what I like and see what works best and see what doesn't break the website too badly, without having to start from scratch. So been kind of doing that. There's still the small stuff to do, get a replacement passport and birth certificates and all that kind of stuff that I've let kind of go because it wasn't first priority at all. And so what's coming up is, well, I've been trying to find some areas nearby that I can do outdoors videos, and it's kind of tough because most of these parks, like here I'm walking along the Sacramento River, but it's kind of developed, so there's people around, and it's kind of awkward making videos when people are coming by all the time. And that's, most of the parks and things like that in and around town are kind of like that, and with half of them burned, the people are all congregating at what's left, and so they kind of tend to be rather busy. And let's see. A whole bunch of mullein and mugwort. A brain fart. Mugwort and some tall mullein down there. It's like about 6 feet tall too. It's starting to fade for the winter though. Anyway, where was I? So doing the outdoors videos. Alright, so I did manage to save some of my video gear, and I've managed to replace and upgrade what was missing. Excuse me. And so I'm good to go on videos, and so I'm kind of looking forward to getting that started again, but just finding the best way to do it. Also, alright, so coming up, I'm going to take a trip, I think, leaving out next week. I'm just going to head north so I'm in the northern part of California. So I'm going to go north. I just need to, sorry I'm all scattered here, but living back in town has been tough. It's not where I want to be. And so, you know, with the noise and the racket and so many people around, and not having the views in the backyard or a place to step outside and walk across the street and go on a hike and everything. And then, you know, it's a rental, so here's another Yerba Santa. Anyway, so there's in a rental, you know, you're surrounded by rental white in this kind of box, and it's just white, and we've been trying to help that, but it's all very sterile, and so that's been a bit of a challenge to deal with. And anyway, so I need to get out for a while, and so I'm going to load up the 4Runner, and I'm going to go north. I'm going to probably go around the backside of Mount Shasta. There's basically where the last stand of the Native Americans was in Modoc Indian Wars, and the volcanic activity back there, back in the day. So there's tons of obsidian. There's a place called Glass Mountain that I've been close to but never to, so I want to go to that. I've seen some of the obsidian flows, and they're just towering. But I want to go to Glass Mountain itself, and there's some lakes up there. Hopefully this time of year, I think there's one campground there that I can go out there and just camp for a little bit and have a fire. Then I want to go up into Oregon and check out some places to consider moving to, and maybe Idaho and Washington also, if I have the time. And yeah, it's kind of the purpose is to get some outdoors time in, some camping and exploration, visit some new places, and also start to get a feel for places we might want to land if we don't stay here where we're at. So our lease is up in January or December, I forget, and we can stay there afterwards, but it's going to be month to month, which is nice because then we can decide. We can either find a place here locally that's a little less claustrophobic and hopefully would have a garage, for a place to work on my cars and keep them in good shape, because I've really been missing my garage. And because I like to do all my own work, and I know how to do it, and there's not too many mechanics I trust, but at least I have a mechanic friend that's been letting me use his shop and some of his tools, which has been amazing. So I always make friends with a mechanic. And let's see. So yeah, I brought the 4Runner over to his shop a few days ago, put it on the rack and gave it a good inspection. And overall, for a 92 with over 300,000 miles, it's looking pretty good. There's a few little things that are not mission critical at all, but otherwise it's looking good. And well, that's interesting. So there's some kind of concrete debris here, and a guy's got a lawn chair up there. Looks like maybe an old collapsed bridge or something. People will do anything, huh? Probably a good fishing spot. I bet that's what he's doing. I don't know how he got there, though. That'd be a wet walk. And people and their inventiveness, you have to love it. Yeah, so anyway, taking the road trip, and gonna just check out some possibilities. Kind of gonna go into the east and west part of Oregon. There's the west part, which is much greener, has more rain, which is something I would like, but also vastly more expensive. So we're just going to have to see. It's going to be a few more years till we're in a position to buy property too. So we want to, basically the decision is, do we stay here, because the missus has a pretty decent job here in town, which is why I've been able to take a little bit of time off here, and it's not killing us. So we stay here for a few more years, or do we just do Hail Mary and go? Far northern California is amazing, but the politics and the fire danger, if you're in the backcountry, it's been a few close calls, and then we had the ultimate one, you know, and it's just a little bit too much, honestly. So I think on that trip, hopefully I'll get some videos out during that, and just yakking, or, you know, showing off whatever I find. So keep an eye out for that. And then when I get back, it'll be time to probably get down to brass tacks and get back to work. So we'll keep an eye out for announcements on that too. I still haven't entirely decided what that's going to look like yet, and how I want to do that. And I want to have a good idea so I could buy the things that I need specifically. Because all the equipment I had for leather work was gathered up over several years, and to buy all that again in one shot would be a strain on the budget, shall we say. Anyway, trying to think what else you guys want to know. Yeah, other than that, I guess, you know, we're doing well. You know, we're getting through everything, and the missus has her ups and downs. She's struggles with this whole change sometimes, and you know, so all you can do is be there and support. So yeah, but otherwise it's getting better, and yeah, I think that's probably about covers it. So like I said, I'm gonna head out in a few days, and we'll morning, and get this trip going. So follow on Instagram. I'll probably put pictures up there as I go, and as I have reception for the phone. And of course, stick around on YouTube, and watch for whatever comes next. So, but yeah, I really appreciate you guys sticking around and all the support you've shown and everything like that. And life is okay. It's pretty good. And you know, sometimes change is not a bad thing. And so we're just going to keep going and see where all this wild ride called life brings us next. So anyway, sending my best to all of you and your families, and you guys have been amazing and so supportive, and you know, you really came through. It's probably neck and neck between you guys and the missus's workplace. They were closer by, so they could bring us, you know, donate a little bit of furniture here and there and that kind of stuff. And you guys kicked in, and it's just been such a big help. And so I don't know, there's nothing more I can say about it other than you guys are the best. And so every day, I'm just feeling so much gratitude for y'all. And I think that feeling is what allows you to get up and start fresh again pretty much right away, and feel okay about the world and about everything that happened. And that, you know, life goes on. And when you have support, it makes it a whole lot better. So, yeah. So my best again to all of you and your families and everybody that means something to you. And hope you all stay safe and enjoying your fall weather. and some break in the heat. We got getting a little bit of rain here on the west coast, which is brilliant and much needed. A little cove on the Sacramento River. Should get a fishing license. I haven't fished in quite a while. So anyway, alright guys, I'm going to wrap it up, and thanks for sticking around. Appreciate you very much, and we'll talk soon. So take it easy. Bye.